Hi, I'm Jacob. This is the Prepper's Bunker Outdoors. Today's Tactical Tuesday. I want to talk to you about why it's likely you're packing your bug out bag wrong and why a bug out bag might not be what you're wanting to pack at all. There are two main schools of thought when it comes to a bug out bag. One, that you're bugging out from a natural disaster or an emergency and no kind of firearms are necessary or too heavy and would be a hindrance. And the other common school of thought is that people are going to go gun heavy and go Rambo and fight their way to victory through some kind of military presence emergency, or you do have people that think that they're simply going to steal and plunder in an emergency and make a living that way. Now, the problem with both of these is if you're going to pack a bag for a natural emergency and you're getting the heck out of Dodge, that bag's probably going to be in your vehicle. You can take a lot of stuff and you'd be wise to do so, especially since you have a vehicle where you can store so much more stuff. The problem with the second school of thought is that if your idea is running and gunning, whether you're by yourself or in a small group, you're going to end up dead. I think that a more realistic way to consider your bug out bag is somewhere in the middle. And I'm going to call it an R&R bag for resistance and reconnaissance. The reason why is in the 173rd and in the 101st, I was recon. Your reconnaissance missions are lightweight. You try and move a long distance. You're in a small unit. Camouflage is key, and not being found was key. This is the proper mindset if you are in an emergency with a small group of people. And if you are going to engage, it was going to ideally be from a long distance, and your main battle movement was breaking contact and bounding. So that is why I believe that reconnaissance is very much pertinent to an emergency situation, because it will be one of the key factors that could keep you alive in resistance. Like sear, obviously, if you're going with firearms in an emergency where you have to actually defend yourself, it's all about the mindset. Resistance is going to be necessary. Now, this is different than a bug out bag, but essentially the concept is you take your bug out bag, which should weigh about 25 pounds with the absolute minimum essential gear, and you add ammunition and ideally batteries for communication systems. So what exactly does that mean, and how is it actually different than a bug out bag? We're going to go over bug out kits in future videos between your actual kit, your pack, and your bug out accessories. But essentially what this means is that what would be an absolutely minimal 25-pound bag is now an absolutely minimal 35-pound bag to 45-pound bag, even in this size. Which means you better get strong. Every item has to have multiple purposes, and everything that you do is going to be twice as hard because you're carrying extra ammo, batteries, and you're carrying a firearm, and you're looking around for your own security. So this is different than the run and gun concept also, not only in tactics but also in gear, because you're not going to be wearing a plate carrier unless you're insane. And ideally you're going to be carrying a battle rifle as opposed to a and assault rifle. Higher caliber, longer range, more training, more cost. Overall more difficulty, but it places a higher value on your life. And in this kind of situation, this is not the military looking at numbers of soldiers. This is you looking at one number, your own, possibly your family's numbers. Those numbers are invaluable. Soldiers' numbers to the military are literally worthless. Maybe I'll talk about that some other time. But I wanted to do an introduction. We'll do a pack layout. I'm going to tell you what you should look at in an R&R bag, what you should look at in an R&R kit, and what you might want to consider looking at in an R&R firearm. Again, that is resist and reconnaissance. I hope this gives you a little bit to think about. We'll talk a little bit about tactics later. Like I said, this is going to be a whole series. I've got a lot of gear to show you guys. We're going to change directions with the channel just a tad with this. But really, what this is bringing good tactics, tactical knowledge, and bushcraft and survival together into something that hopefully will move you away from the fantasies that are being sold to us and into the hard realities of what fighting and what surviving actually is. Please subscribe. Please subscribe to this channel. I look forward to talking to you in the comment section, and I hope that you have a blessed day.
The ancient march, played by the United States Marine Pipe and the Drum Corps.